welcome to Reads and Threads. My name's Kate. Hello if you're new here. Welcome back if you're joining us again. Today we're going to start week 2 of the Readathon Rebellion. So I'm about to do my next roll. Last night I did manage to finish my current book, which was awesome and I loved it and I gave it 5 stars. So I'm eager to see what we're going to get next. So in this roll, we'll probably end up with another objective. Sorry, it's extremely early in the morning. We'll end up with another objective and we'll end up with another prompt. I am still planning on reading Diabound. That will come up in this vlog this week as well. Plus, I may dip in and out of some other books. I'm trying to decide today whether I do my 24-hour challenge for Herked, and I have picked up just a non-fiction that I do need to get through that I'll probably read bits and pieces of in the background as well. But yeah, let's get to the roll, see what we get up to, and hopefully we have another really good reading week. Okay, so where we last left off, we were on Side Quest. I have just finished The Serpent and the Wings of the Night for my special edition prompt for that one. So let's roll again and see what we get. We do have objective 2 just here, so I'd say we're hopefully going to hit that today, but let's see. Or not. We got a 1. We are info gathering. Okay. This is going to take us a bit to get through in that case, if this is going to be the pace that we're reading in. Anyway, let's give it a go, see what we get, and work from there. Okay, so we got prompt 7, which is a multiple choice, see the guide. So I'll meet you back and we'll figure out a book. Rolling a 1 was not ideal. We didn't even make it to the second objective, which I was hoping we would do in this roll, but that's okay. It is what it is. Hopefully we can slot in a book that's already on my TBR that I have to read this month anyway. But we did spin a 7, which says multiple choice, see the guide. I do have the guide up on my computer here, so let's have a look. Now, I have picked to be a heart, so some of the multiple choice ones had different prompts depending on which order you picked. There are more than just ancestor loyalties in these woods. Creatures of all kinds call it home. You pull out your trusty notebook and review what type of things could lay ahead. Pick one type of creature to learn more about. Okay, so we have the giant blind worm, a worm-like creature that can grow up to 20 feet long and has 3 rows of razor-sharp teeth. Read a book that you went into blindly is the prompt for that one. We have an Arctotherium bear. They were thought to be extinct but are hiding deep in the mountains and have evolved. They now have 6-fingered paws with razor-sharp teeth. Read a book that is bigger than your last read. Don't know if I want to do that one. Elephant bird. With very long necks and a wingspan of 10 feet, these birds can prey just as well from land as the sky. Read a book in 24 hours. Well, it doesn't say how long the book has to be for 24 hours. It just says read a book. And I am possibly reading for my 24-hour readathon challenge today, which could work out. I did just finish Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and the next book in that series is fairly skinny, 6 Scotch Roses. I wonder if I could get through that in a day. I am not a quick reader. I also know nothing about it, so I would probably be like going into it blindly if I did that. There's also a fair few on my TBR that I'd be going into blindly as well, because I don't fully, other than quickly reading the synopsis once, know much about them. There is one fable that I really know nothing about other than the fact that it has pirates in it, and it was on the list and the cover looked cool. So that might be a possibility. Let me go get a few possibilities and we'll reconvene. I have found a few. Like I said, there is 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. I have just finished Serpents and the Wings of the Night yesterday. I am eager to find out what happens. This book is 211 pages. I could possibly do that in 24 hours. I've never really tried to finish a book in 24 hours before. That is a possibility. I do kind of want to know what happens. It would be good to go straight into it knowing what happened in the other one. Also, like I said, we do have Fable by Adrian Young. I just liked the look of the cover. It had pirates. It fit for my Our Fantasy bingo prompt. I don't think I'd be able to do this one in a day. This one comes out to 355. Oh my God, I can't talk. 353 pages. So that's definitely more than I assumed that I could read in a day. I got and I thought it was a really good reading day the other day to 180 pages, which was shocking for me, I think. So this one would definitely be going in blind. I also have one of my other books for this month, which is Water by, I forgot the name of the lady. Which is my avatar prompt. What is the name of that book? Let me look it up. So I also have Water by Tara Harmony. I'll pop the screenshot of the book up here. I don't physically own this. I have it on my Kindle, Kobo, any digital version of it I do have access to. This one is, I know nothing about other than the fact that it has water in the title and water in the cover, and that this series actually worked for the becoming an avatar prompt. And I was hoping that I could get through it. Again, I think this one is fairly short. I did look it up. It was like 250-ish pages maybe. On my Kindle app the other night, I had a look. So I think there probably are possibilities. I'm not sure which one I read. I think I might start this one and see how we'll go, because I am eager to see what happens. And knowing that the last one was a 5-star read, maybe I'll just jump straight into the next one. Whether I dip into Fable as well, who knows? But let's give this a go. We'll try and read this today.
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving,
I'm hoping that the noise of my dad doing some gardening out the back is not too loud and annoying, but I wanted to give you an update. So it is like 10-ish, something like that. Like I said, I'm a slow reader, but I have made it to chapter 10 of 6 Scorched Roses. So we're 59 pages in, and I thought now, considering that this is only a 200-page novella, was a good point to update you. I'm really enjoying this. It's super easy to read. I'm really liking Carissa Broadbent's writing style. It flows really well. You can just get drawn straight in, and it feels like you can speed through it. So we are following completely different characters in this one, which I wasn't really expecting. I didn't know anything about this book. I had no idea what to expect. And where we left off, The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, I had no idea what was going to happen next, and I still don't. So I don't know if any of those characters are going to come into this one, or if we're just going to stay with the characters that we have in this book. It seems like we're in the human world in this one, whereas before we stay completely with the vampires. And so that's interesting. There is a new vampire, which is very cool. And just their interactions have been really good so far. So we have Lilith and Vale, and I'm really enjoying their interactions. And Lilith is trying to cure a disease that is plaguing her area where she's living, and the gods have abandoned her, and so she's a scientist as well, so there's a bit of that with magic thrown in too, so that's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. I hopefully, and if I continue on with the progress that I am making now, should be able to finish this no problems. I have high hopes in myself to be able to actually complete a book, and I know it's only a novella, but a book in 24 hours and like move along in the series as well, so that I could then pick up Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Sorry, I completely forget the titles. And it's just up there. But yeah, really enjoying it. So hoping my speed will continue and that I will be able to get through it. And that it'll keep being as easy and interesting to read as it is currently now. Hello again. It's currently 3:30 and I have just finished 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. In the end, this was a bit shorter than I thought it was. As I was getting towards the end of the story, I was like, why is there so much of the book left? Turns out there is only 154 pages in this, not 211. So though there's 211 pages in the book, there is also an excerpt of actually The Serpent and the Wings of the Night in here, I think. Yeah. Which is interesting because that book comes before this one. So yeah, anyway, so I did manage to finish it. I am going to count that as a successful finished a book for the game. And we're going to roll again to see what I get. This one was so short, but interesting. It was a good story. I have no idea what I'm going to rate it yet. If I have made a decision, I will pop it up on the screen now once I edit this video. But at the moment, I just want to sit on it for a bit. I think it was an enjoyable story. I still don't know how it interacts or relates overly with what happened in Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and maybe I just need to think about that a bit more. But really intrigued why I needed to read this one before the next one. So what happens at the beginning of the next one that makes this one essential will be interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really still loving Carissa's writing style, which is great because there's so many more that I can get into. Still really want to try her other series. What is it? The War of Lost Hearts. One of my friends read the first one of that recently, so intrigued to get to that one at some point. But for now, it's another book down. Let's roll again and see what our next prompt is. And maybe this time we'll hit objective 2, but we'll see. Okay, so let's hope we get something more than a 1 this time. I'm probably jinxing myself. 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's training, and we have passed objective 2, which is good. Let's get the training wheel up. See what we get. Read a book where you resonate with the dedication. Okay, let's go discuss and see if there's some storyline to go along with this. Okay, we rolled a 3 and we landed on training. We have passed objective 2. So let's have a look at what objective 2 is. For objective 2, we have some storyline, which is good. So let's get into that. It says, now that you have a team in place, it's time to make a plan. You know the Silent Scepter is in the hands of the ancestors, but you're not sure where she is currently being held. Send out some of your best hearts to be persuasive and gather information. Scroll social media, read the first book you come across on your TBR on your social media of choice. So Instagram probably would be the easiest, though I record on my film on my phone and that's where my Instagram is. We also landed on training and we scrolled a 6. So let's see if there's a bit of story to go along with that. It says, you've really started to come into your abilities. It's time to level up and get in some more training. So I'm part of the heart. This is a prompt where there's a different prompt for each faction. So it says with the hearts, you know you cannot let your emotions overwhelm you no matter what happens in there. Friends could be lost, but you have to keep your cool. Read a book where you resonate with the dedication. So we might have to maybe we'll get the books from my actual TBR and we'll read the dedications. I don't usually read dedications in books, so I don't know if any of them ever really resonate with me, but I'll go get the books that are in my current TBR and we'll see what their dedications are like. These here are my current TBR, plus Diabound, which is already on this list, so we're not going to look at the dedication for that. And Water, which is an ebook, which I'm not entirely sure will have a dedication. The other thing we can do is we can merge this prompt with the social media scroll, which we may do when we do that. So we'll read through these dedications, see if any of them are hitting. Other than that, we'll see. Okay, so first off we got The Slightly Alarming Tale of the Whispering Wars by Jacqueline Moriarty. Let's see if this says, to my brave and beautiful niece Maddie, the first child to visit the kingdoms of empires. To my other lovely nieces, also adventurers, Anna, Emily, and Piper, and to my Charlie, who can run as fast as Finley. It's very, okay, yeah. I really don't want to read this one, but let's have a look at Towers Midnight. Here we go. For Jason Denzel, it's just a whole heap of names that, no. Let's look at A Time of Dread. This is my next catch-up book club book. It says, for Harriet, whose smile is a window into her heart, which lights up the darkest of room and sends the storm clouds fleeing, and for intensive therapy units team at Eastbourne District General Hospital, you are all angels without wings. That one's quite sweet. Dinner for Vampires. It just says this book is for you, pretty much. So that one, not really. Fable. For Dad, it took a whole book to say goodbye. And then there's, I think, a whole heap of numbers. I don't know if they're like Bible things or longitude and latitude. I'm not sure. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Does it even have one? It doesn't have one. This is a really like weird prompt. It's not really anything that I ever pay attention to. I'm not sure, maybe A Time of Dread at the moment, but let's do our social media scroll and see if we can find one that we can maybe double up the prompts on. I'm gonna record my screen. I have managed to get Instagram up on my iPad, and I think we might just go to Bootstagrams and see what we can find on here and scroll through. Oh, now I could maybe get behind that. One of the first books that I have just seen in this video here, One Dark Window. I am extremely eager to get to that. I would be very happy to add that to my TBR. Maybe we'll do that one. That is definitely, I physically own it. I'm on that. I really enjoyed The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So that is definitely, that was the first one that jumped out at me that I was like, yes. Let me grab that and we'll run through that. I have One Dark Window, so I think this is going to be the one that we add for our social media scroll. I did just have a quick look at the dedication in this one, and it is quite good. It says, to the quiet girls with stories in their heads, to their dreams and their nightmares. I do quite like that. So we're going to go with the dedication for One Dark Window and the social media scroll. So that's handy. We're going to merge those two prompts together, which we are allowed to do, and add this one to our TBR. So One Dark Window is going to be the next book that we get through, hopefully this week. Today is Wednesday, and I thought I'd give you an update. I have started both new books, and I thought it was a good point in both of them to have a bit of a chat about them. Firebound. I'm about 26% in at the moment. I am on chapter 15. They've met the direwolves and she has started training, and that's been really interesting. I'm hoping that we get more interaction with the direwolves. I think generally animal characters and those kind of bond thing, like connections in stories, are generally my favorite things, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens with that. I do like the female main character. At the moment I'm listening to it on audio, and the audio is quite good. There's multiple voice narrators for all the characters, so, and I do quite like the voice of our main character at the moment. She's not too annoying, that kind of thing. She's obviously extremely stressed and wants to find her sister, but yeah, really enjoying it so far. It's a little slow at the beginning because it does feel like you're getting that whole backstory world building happening, but I'm hoping that it's really going to ramp up now that the wolves are involved, and hopefully a bit of battle with the vampires. That will be interesting. I think I'm pretty sure I've said this in multiple updates. I think I do have my copy in the library at the moment. It's just still packed. So I'm waiting, not very patiently, for one more book to arrive before I film my unboxing. So hopefully within this video, possibly I'll be able to do that. I'm hoping it'll arrive by the weekend, but if it doesn't, it'll be in the next one. So really enjoying that, really liking the character interactions. I'm liking the wolves. I'm liking the two friends she's made, the twins. They're really interesting. Hopefully you know now what it's about. I didn't even think of that. So we're following Mirren, I think her name is. Pretty sure it's Mirren. If I'm wrong, I'll pop it somewhere. Who's grown up in the poor sector of the world that she lives in, and her sister gets taken by the nabbers, which they think are the vampires, and they're coming to steal children when they hit about 13, and just they disappear overnight. And she thought that her sister would have the ability to fight back. She's been helping train some of them. She herself is like a pit fighter to make some money because they're extremely poor. Her mother has mental health issues and her father lost his life in the war. So she's pretty much been looking after her younger sister her whole life. I think there was like a 9 or 10 year age gap. And while she's out making out with her boyfriend, literally right outside their house, her sister gets taken. And she freaks out and decides to join the army to try and get to the front to be able to save her sister, because that's where she thinks she's been taken. And it turns out that every so often, where all the new recruits that go to the army have to go through the bonding trials to try and bond with the direwolf. She doesn't want this, and she has attempted to get out of it completely, but one of the wolves has decided that she is bonded with her, and it's causing her all kinds of problems. So it's been really good so far. Like I said, I'm not super far into it. It's a fairly chunky book. So it's like a 22 hour audio, I think it is. And I'm about 26% in. So yeah, really enjoying it at the moment. Eager to see what happens. And I know that they announced the second book now. So looking forward to hopefully really enjoying this one. Looking forward to unboxing my actual physical copy of the book. That would be great. The other book that we are reading at the moment is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. So this is covering 2 prompts. Diabound is covering a romantic interest in a book. I figured it'd have a romantic interest, and she does have a boyfriend. This one is covering a social media scroll, and what was the second prompt? A dedication that means something to you, or something like that, or resonated with you or something. So with this one, I have hit chapter 9. It's about page 87. So I'm a good, decent enough chunk into this one. I really do enjoy Rachel's writing style. I'm liking the world that they're setting up with the kind of tarot cards and the mist, and it's kind of Snow White-esque, I guess. She has a horrid stepmother and 2 stepsisters, but she lives with her cousins in the woods, and the woods is fairly dangerous because there's this mist. So the mist was put about by their old god, and the king at one point kind of overthrew the god and managed to get magic of his own, from what I can tell, and created these kind of tarot cards, and there's multiples of each. Our main character though has a nightmare monster in her head who she can communicate with. No one else can see it, and he actually allows her to see these tarot cards lit up as different colors. And so the prince at the moment and the head of the kind of army have discovered that she has this ability, and in the middle at the moment of interrogating her. So that's been quite interesting. I quite like our main character, Elspeth, and I like that all of the characters are kind of named after trees. I'm finding that really good. I'm loving, even though this is just a paperback, like this is all gilded and foiled, and it's just a really nice edition. I do have this on ebook as well, but I have been reading it physically. But I can jump backwards and forwards between both if I want to, which is really handy. But yes, really enjoying this one as well. I think Rachel Gillig is fast becoming, again, like with Helen Shearer when I started reading her, just like a go-to author now. And I can't wait to see what else she comes out with and then see how this one goes. I have heard this series is awesome. It is only a duology. It seems to be how she's going for the most part with all of her work. From what I can tell, the Stonewater Kingdom is only going to be a duology as well. But I could be wrong. But really enjoying Rachel's writing style and glad that I have picked this up and given it a go. I'm really also looking forward to my special editions of these 2 books arriving, so that would be great. Loving the paperback just as well. So I don't think I'll get rid of my paperback when my special editions arrive. I think I'll probably keep both because I'm liking the foiling. The other thing that has arrived is the bookmark that I ordered from Mel. So let's open this up together and have a look. Oh, wow. That is super pretty. I love the design that Mel came up with. I think it's awesome. Oh, I got the sticker as well. I didn't even remember. So there's a sticker, and then the foiling, like the speckling on that is awesome. And then the back. So I'm going to use that, I think, with all of my physical reads from now on that I am going to read throughout the game. So I'll switch out, I think, the bookmark that I have in One Dark Window at the moment and change it to this one. But really happy with that. Can't wait for my t-shirt to arrive. Unfortunately, I don't think that's probably going to come until closer to the end of the challenge. But hey, I'll have it for next year. Really enjoying playing the game at the moment. I do love a good like TBR readathon kind of game. It would be awesome to come up with my own. That's not something that's not necessarily not on the cards. I don't think that made any sense. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so I'm gonna get back to reading. I don't know how far I'll get. Hopefully I can get these done maybe today or tomorrow. I do have a video to edit to go up tomorrow, so we'll see how we go. But I'd really like to roll again and at least get one of these books finished so we can do that. But yeah, we'll see what in the next clip. Okay, welcome back. It is Saturday morning. It's about 8:30ish, I think, in the morning. And I have an update for you. Last night, I did finish One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I did consider coming on and telling you my thoughts, but I also wanted to sit with them a bit, even though I was super eager to roll again to see what we got. I was super tired and I was like, no, you can wait till tomorrow. I really enjoyed One Dark Window. I don't know that it is necessarily a 5-star read for me. Through most of it, I was thinking solid 4 stars. Really enjoyed the characters, the plot, all of it. There was just something holding it back. I don't know. It's such a unique idea. The cards with the magic, and they're similar, I guess, to tarot cards, but different again at the same time. So it is such an intriguing world. I really like Elspeth, and I'm really liking Raven, and just the whole idea. And as I was getting closer to the end, it was definitely amping up. We were getting more stuff, and I have been left very eager to pick up the next one. So overall, I have given it a 4.5. I could very easily jump straight into the next one, and I am so tempted to just pick it up anyway, but I thought, no, we will roll and see what we land on and see what fits, because I haven't really read a lot of my actual TBR for September yet, so I'd need to get to some of those as well, one of which is Catch Up Book Club, and one of them is my own book club. I haven't even started, and then all the others I'm really eager to read as well. So Two Twisted Crowns is definitely coming up in my need to get to that ASAP list, but isn't probably going to be the next book I read, unfortunately. I did, however, yesterday as well, finally get to unbox my books, and I do have my copy of Diabound. This is just the jacket at the moment. I've taken it off because I am in the middle of it, but so pretty. Absolutely loving what I've read so far. So I'm about 26% through now. So I have it in my new Onyx Storm book cover from Charlie and Fox, which I will link down below. It's super cool. I would really like, obviously, a wolf one, but I don't think I have seen a wolf one yet. So I'm up to chapter 18. And for those that are interested, this actual cover that I got, because there's 4 different colors that you can get, I got the blue one, which is so pretty. Loving it, with the sword and the wolf on the front. So really happy with the color that I ended up getting randomly as well. Mine is not the Waterstone special edition, so it doesn't have the sprayed edges, which is fine. I'm really enjoying this. I'm very glad though that I have now got the physical copy, just so that I can read as long as well. It has been my main audiobook at the moment, and I just find, because I'm off and I haven't been driving, that I'm not listening as much. So I have been going for a couple more walks lately and trying to increase my activity that way after my surgery. So I have listened a little bit. This is just going to speed the whole thing up for me. I'm really enjoying it. we're up to some interesting parts, and I'm really eager to get more interaction between Meryn and her dire wolf, Anesh? I've forgotten the wolf's name. But yeah, just to see what happens there. I'm super intrigued, and I think now that I saw in the back there was a character list so that I can, maybe not. Oh yeah, Anassa. Meryn's direwolf. Yeah, so I'm really interested to see their interactions a bit more. So hopefully I'll get through this more, but let's roll again, see what our next prompt is, and continue our story in the Readathon Rebellion. Okay, so when we left off, we landed on training. So let's see what we get this time. Hopefully a decent number, a 2, not a huge amount. So we have landed on info gathering. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Let's get up our info gathering spin wheel, which is this one just here, and let's see what we get. Oh no, we did that one already. I thought I'd removed it. Okay, let's try that again. Read a book you heard about from a council leader's video. All right, so I might have to have a bit of a look at what I've got coming up and see if any of them have spoken about it. My hair definitely is being interesting today, but okay. So we are not going super quickly along the board. So we rolled a 2, we landed on info gathering. I thought I had removed the prompts that we'd already done, but apparently not. We did end up spinning twice. We landed on prompt 1, which says, using your abilities is a way more fun than homework. But in order to defeat the ancestors, you need to know everything. You need to be fully prepared for what lies ahead. You decide to search the archives for any information on the ancestors and their dungeons. Do as much research as you can before it's time to embark. Read a book you heard about from the council leader's video. So I did have a look, and there are a heap of books that a lot of them have marked that they've read in Goodreads and all that kind of thing that are on my TBR that I could definitely pick up. So Fable, a fair few of them I've read, which I am going to get to this month. And I really need to get to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. A few of them have also read that. But I think the one I'm going to go with, I do need to read as my new release for Kirkhead as well. And that is Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. I have this version from the library, but I think that's the one I'm going to go with for this challenge and see how we go. I'm going to have to start trying to, I think, read some of my actual TBR as well behind the scenes. But I was really hoping to include them in these vlog videos. But we'll see how we go. So that, I think, is going to be my next one. And I am still working through Diabound. I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish this one this weekend. So this might be the end of this vlog update. And we'll be moving both of these into next week into our 3rd vlog. But we'll see how we go. I am making pasties with my family today. So if I can, I will try and pop in a little bit of B-roll of that. And then I have brunch with my sisters on the weekend tomorrow.
I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here
update. I was just having a bit more of a look around on the council leaders' YouTube pages at the videos that they've put up. And Rainy Blue Reads has one where she did a reading vlog that I've noticed now on Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. And that is another book that is on my TBR for this month. So I think I'm actually gonna swap out, not read Warrior Princess Assassin, although I will be getting to this one shortly because I still do want to use this as my new release for Herked, but I think I need it for another prompt as well. So if I use it for the reading challenge, I can't use it for the other prompts that I'm thinking of using it for. So I'm gonna give this one a miss for the readathon and actually read Sunrise on the Reaping. So I'm sure it's on a lot of other council members' pages because it was a huge read and I know more than just Rainy have actually read it. So I think I am going to pop that one in instead. I do have an ebook version of it currently at the moment from the library, and I am waiting for my library, physical library copy to come in. It's in transit at the moment. I had one come in, and when I went to work to pick it up, it was damaged. So in the end, I didn't take it, and they're bringing in another one for me. So that is going to be my read instead. I just thought I'd let you know. So you would have seen, it's a fair bit later in the day, you would have just seen a pasty making, which worked out so good. And I had half of one of my pasties for lunch and I'm really looking forward to finishing it off for dinner. They're so good. So really had a lot of fun with my family today making pasties, and just thought I'd quickly update you because I am changing books. Hello, okay, welcome in. It is fairly late on Sunday night, it's 11 o'clock. I'm about to head off to bed, but I need to wrap up this video because this is the end of week 2. So I thought we would go over what we read this week, what I gave everything, what I'm still in the middle of, and we'll be carrying over. Okay, so beginning of the week, we did manage to finish 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. I ended up giving this one a 4-star. I read this all on Monday, and I did that with the 24-hour reading challenge, Herked. So that was cool. And it was handy that I got to read this after just finishing Serpent and the Wings of the Night, because I was really eager to see how this continued on. Haven't started the Ashes of the Starcast King, obviously, we've got some other reading to do, but super eager to figure out how this connects with that. I'm still not entirely sure that I understand what's going to happen. Next, then we doubled up on our prompts. So we did manage to get past our second reading objective, and we needed to read a book that we saw on your social media scroll. And then we landed on, what did we land on? Training, and had to read a book where the dedication resonated with us. So I did combine those 2 prompts, and we read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, which I was really excited to get to. I've been wanting to read this for a very long time, especially more after I did read The Night and the Moth. It just made me super eager to get to this one. This I have given 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I am super eager to get to the next one. If I could have figured out a way to do that and still manage to finish all the books that I still have on my current TBR that I haven't even started yet, I would have figured out a way. But unfortunately, I can't go straight into the next one yet. I'm so tempted. If you haven't picked this one up already, highly recommend giving it a go. I, through all of that, did also manage to start Diabound. I am not finished, unfortunately. I did get a fair bit read this weekend, but obviously not as much as I would have liked. So I am currently on page 315, which is in like chapter 31. So we're a decent chunk into it now. I think I'm just over 50%. I am enjoying it, though it's definitely not going to be a 5-star. I'm finding the main character, Merrin, a little annoying. I detest Lee with a vengeance, and I cannot stand pet names. And I'm listening to this on audio and reading it physically, like, so jumping backwards and forwards between both. And every time when I'm listening to it and he says the word kitten when he's talking to her, or it makes me cringe and I want to punch him. I assume he is going to be someone else that I don't know yet. I've just had a feeling about him from the beginning. He has made me cringe. As soon as I met him at the beginning, I didn't like him. I don't really like established relationships at the beginning of books. I think I like the main character to kind of meet someone and then you see their whole relationship develop. I haven't liked him from the beginning. The wolf dynamics are fairly interesting. It's extremely gruesome and graphic, but I still am quite enjoying it. I'm liking that we're hearing more about the wolves, and I'm really liking it also. And now that she's coming into the story a lot more, that's been a lot more interesting. I'm really liking the dire wolves themselves. But yeah, and I could do without some of the sex scenes that have been in this. I will admit that I pretty much probably skipped most of the chapter that I'm currently in, or the one previous, because I just couldn't listen to it. I was driving home from going out to brunch today, and I was just like so grossed out. I was like, no, I just can't. So I was hitting skip until I managed to get out of that whole section. I don't know how much B-roll I did manage to get this week, but hopefully there'll be some. I definitely did get a little bit of us making pasties yesterday, so hopefully that is in there. And yeah, you've enjoyed my weekly vlog. I haven't started Sunrise on the Reaping yet, but I do have that out as an ebook on Libby at the moment. I think I've got like 6 days left before it has to go back, and I'm hoping the physical version will come early this week. It is in transit for me at the library, so hopefully I can get my hands on that if the ebook runs out before I manage to finish it, though I'm hoping it won't, and it's going to be a fairly quick read. So we'll be taking over Diabound and Sunrise on the Reaping into next week, and hopefully we'll be able to roll again soon. I don't see Diabound taking me much longer to finish. It's been an extremely quick book to read when I've been reading it, which I really appreciate. Considering how thick it is, I feel like I'm getting through it really quickly, so I am really loving that. I did do a little bit of book shopping today, which I can share with you. I have generally held out on getting a Kindle, mainly because I have my Kobo, which is the color version, the Libra color, and I can just download the app on my iPad. But my iPad battery, it's dying a dismal death. So I did cave today and got a new little Kindle. So it's just a base Kindle. I mainly got it because you could get it in matcha. I really quite enjoying this green. And then I can read my Kindle Unlimited books on there. Kindle in Australia doesn't link with Libby, but the Kobo does, which is another reason that I got the Kobo over the Kindle originally, because I'm a library girl. Considering I work there, kind of have to be. So this will only be for Kindle Unlimited, or if I do end up buying any specific books via Kindle, because they do have a lot of indie authors on there, which is handy. So eager to start using that. And I did go and see a couple of bookshops today, and I was looking at these for a while. I think I mentioned it in another vlog, but I did pick up from Big W the entire set of Lynette Noni's Madoran's Chronicles, which is really good. I've already read all these. I really enjoyed it. I actually listened to this whole series. The audio for these are really good if you're looking for a good audio, but it's a really good YA series that I would highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. It's got dragons, like kind of time slips, multi-universal stuff, magic school, and yeah, just a lot of fun adventures, high stakes, good read. And then I did also pick up, which I have been wanting to get to and just haven't ever gotten around to it. And I know these are books 5 and 6. I'll somehow get my hands on the others, but these are by Julie Kagawa. So I got The Iron Prince and The Iron Traitor. So these are part of the Iron Phase series. And I've had them kind of on my want to read radar for a fair while, but they were out for half price at QBD, and I just thought they look in really good condition. I don't know why they were out for half price. So I just thought I would grab them while I saw them. So a little book haul there for you as well. I hope that your reading has been absolutely wonderful this week. What did you get to? Are you actually doing the Readathon Rebellion? If you are, which order did you choose? Are you in the hearts like I am? I'd love to hear what you've been reading for it, what prompts you've been getting. Leave all those comments down below. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do consider giving it a click and seeing what else I've got coming up next. Also, if you'd like to, I have linked down below in the description my Goodreads, my Storygraph, and my Instagram, so feel free to come over and follow me on any of those. And I will see you next week, and I hope that wherever you are just having a really wonderful day. Bye.